So hey there everybody, how you doing today? Good morning, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. Where I am, it is early in the morning. It's 9:19 and I'm out here in the Granite Dells, and I'm going to be doing some filming today for Arizona Drone, doing several different tutorials for that channel. But before I started doing that filming, I wanted to pop on here and share a piece of advice for full-time RVers. If you're thinking about full-time RVing or doing the van life or full-time Airstreaming, I have an incredibly simple piece of advice that you don't have to take, but it might really change your trip or your planned travels. So what's this one super secret piece of advice that could make for really happy travel for you? It's very simple. Slow it down. I really mean this. Slow it down. When I first hit the road in 2006, I raced halfway across the country to meet up with friends who were in Texas and then travel with them for a while. And over 2006, we kind of raced around to a lot of places. I mean, I went from New Hampshire to Texas, to New Mexico, to Colorado, to Reno, to California, to Salem, Oregon, to Victor, Idaho, to Montana. It was a race. And the worst part for me was I wasn't feeling very good. I was sick at the time and was still learning how to cope with that. And the racing around, the crazy pace, it wasn't enjoyable. I was blowing right past all of these amazing places that I've since gone back to visit. Now, what's prompted this? Why did I decide, hey, I really want to talk to RVers and potential RVers about slowing it down? I'm learning about YouTube, as you know, and I'm really trying to build this channel up into something. So in order to do that, I've taken the approach of checking out other YouTubers. So not only people who are RVers or van lifers, I've been checking out all sorts of different folks, including Casey Neistat. I had looked into him because I heard that he was the poster boy for bad drone piloting through other drone groups that I'm part of. And sure enough, he definitely did some wrong things flying his drone, but the guy is really good at telling stories online. So I started following along and watching his stuff. I set the drone issue to the side and I just watched and learned about him. Well, a couple of months ago, Casey Neistat's association with a company called Beam ended, and one of his former employees, Jack Coyne, decided to make a life change because of the job change. So he did a quick RV trip in California with a rental RV, and it was super fast, and I think it was just the excitement of getting out there. But last night I saw another video from Jack Coyne that just made me say, oh, you've got to slow it down, man. That video, he popped through several parks. He called them all national parks, but not all of them were national parks. I don't think he was there long enough to know that they're, the differences. But I guess in 5 days he visited 5 places basically. So he had arches. He stopped in Antelope Canyon, which is actually a reservation land in Page. Hit White Sands and some other things that I can't remember right now. But what really struck me in that video, very simple, was he was racing through these places. Okay, If you go up to the Moab area and you go up to Arches, you're near Canyonlands, you're near Needles, you're near natural bridges, you're near Mesa Verde, you're near Hovenweep, you're near Canyon of the Ancients. You've got this cluster of amazing, awesome things to visit. And so instead you stop into one place, drive up to the top of a hill, run across to get a couple photos and video of an arch, and you're on your way. Now in my case, if I went up there and I had the time, or I had a client there at the time, that would be weeks of staying for me, not an overnight, not 2 days. There's so much to explore in there. So my advice is really simple to you. If you're going to be hitting the road and you're starting a full-time RV, and maybe you work from the road and you've got some ideas of where you'd like to stay, and you've got this aggressive trip planned, back off for a minute. When you arrive at one of these places, be it a national park, a national monument, some really cool out-of-the-way town, make sure that you're feeling really flexible. If you like a place, stay there. I pulled into Point of Rocks RV campground in 2007. I reserved one night, and the next day I went down and asked if I could extend for a week, and then I extended for another week, and you know the rest of the story. Prescott is now my home. But I still have my Airstream, I still live full-time in it, and I still take trips. As a matter of fact, in a couple of weeks I'm going to be heading up to the Page area to show some friends around the Vermilion Cliffs and part of the Grand Staircase Escalante. We're not going to get to see everything, but we are driving, we are parking, and then we are exploring. And if you're a full-time RVer who's not worried about income, if you're retired, you have the opportunity to stay in a place and get to know a place. Don't race across the United States. Don't race through beautiful areas. Take the time to explore, and I promise, if you take that time to explore, you're going to have a much better experience. You're not going to be tired. You're not going to burn out. You might be tired from all the exploration, but you're not going to burn out on that 8-hour drive every day, popping from park to park to park and not even really getting to see them.